If you have sunscreen in your bathroom right now, there is roughly a 1 in 3 chance it has been named in an FDA recall, a federal lawsuit, or both. And nobody told you. The bottle costs $12 at Target. Trusted brand. Recommended by your dermatologist in 2008. You have been applying it to your face, your kids' arms, your shoulders for 15 summers straight. Then the lawsuit dropped. The brand on your bottle was named in a federal recall for benzene, a chemical the World Health Organization classifies as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning it is in the same category as asbestos and cigarette smoke. The recall happened. The bottles got pulled. The lawsuits got filed. Most of your friends never heard about it because the news cycle moved on after 48 hours. The bottles in your bathroom right now are named in active 2025 lawsuits, FDA filings, and federal court dockets. The brands doing the most damage are the ones your pediatrician recommended, the ones with the Reef Safe leaf on the label, and the ones you have bought on autopilot since 2009. By the end of this video, 5 bottles come off your shelf. 2 replace them. 1 natural alternative costs less than a coffee. And in the last 60 seconds, 3 golden rules that work on every sunscreen you pick up after this video at any drugstore, any price point, for the rest of your life. Stay through the 5 brands. The rules are worth more than the list. Before we start the list, you need to know one thing. The 30 SPF number on the front of your bottle is the only thing the FDA actually verifies. Everything else, the ingredient list, the Reef Safe claim, the dermatologist recommended sticker, the brand promise of broad spectrum protection, runs on the honor system. Cosmetics in the United States are regulated under a 1938 law that has been updated exactly once in 80 years. That single update, the MACRA Act passed in late 2022, gave the FDA the power to mandate recalls. It did not give the FDA the power to test sunscreens before they hit shelves. It did not require brands to disclose what is hiding behind the word fragrance. It did not stop a single ingredient that the European Union has banned for over a decade. Translation: a sunscreen sold at Target in 2026 is regulated less strictly than a sunscreen sold at a pharmacy in Berlin in 1998. This is why benzene ended up in millions of bottles. This is why Oxybenzone, banned in Hawaii since 2018 for destroying coral reefs and linked in peer-reviewed studies to hormone absorption, is still legal on every American drugstore shelf. This is why the same parent companies running these brands face dozens of active lawsuits and still print "trusted by dermatologists" on the bottle. And before we name the worst offenders, here is the move you need to know now. You do not actually need most of these chemicals. Natural sun protection has been used for centuries, long before SPF was invented in 1962. By the end of this video, we will get to the one food azel ingredient that protects your skin without a single industrial chemical. Stay with me. Now the 5 brands you put down tonight. In July 2021, Johnson & Johnson, the parent company of Neutrogena at the time, issued a voluntary recall of 5 aerosol sunscreen lines after internal testing found benzene in the bottles. Benzene is not an ingredient. It is a contaminant. The World Health Organization classifies it as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as asbestos, cigarette smoke, and formaldehyde. There is no safe level of exposure to a Group 1 carcinogen. The recall was massive. Independent lab Valiger tested 294 sunscreen products and found benzene in 78 of them. Neutrogena Beach Defense, Neutrogena Cool Dry Sport, Neutrogena Invisible Daily, Neutrogena Ultra Sheer, all recalled. The lawsuits followed within weeks. The class action settlement was approved in 2023. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals vacated it in July 2024. The carcinogen was free. The compensation was not. Then Johnson & Johnson performed surgery on itself. Kenvue inherited Neutrogena, Aveeno, and the rest of the consumer brands. J&J kept the talc litigation. Same products, same shelf. New letterhead on the lawsuit response. The 30-second fix. Any current Neutrogena aerosol sunscreen with a lot code listed on the FDA's published recall list is still on shelves at some discount retailers. Look it up before you spray it on your kids' shoulders. And while you're at it, ask yourself why a company that just spun off a subsidiary to handle its lawsuits still gets the dermatologist recommended sticker. July 2022. Energizer Holdings. Yes, the battery company owns Banana Boat, voluntarily recalled 3 lots of Banana Boat, hair and scalp sunscreen spray. Same reason, benzene. The recall affected products sold across the entire United States. The company blamed a propellant from a single supplier for the contamination. The propellant is what aerosolizes the spray. Translation: every can sprayed on your scalp could have been delivering a Group 1 carcinogen directly into your hairline alongside the SPF. The same FDA filing showed Banana Boat had not detected the contamination through its routine quality testing. The bottles passed Banana Boat's labs. The bug, or in this case the carcinogen, said otherwise. Velisher caught it. The FDA confirmed it. The bottles got pulled. Banana Boat issued an apology. Banana Boat did not say which other product lines used the same propellant supplier. That information is still not public. The 30-second fix. Avoid aerosol sunscreens entirely. The propellant is one of the highest risk components in any cosmetic spray. If the FDA cannot reliably test what is in the spray you are inhaling, the safest move is a lotion, a stick, or a mineral cream that does not aerosolize a single thing. September 2021. Beiersdorf, the parent company of Coppertone, voluntarily recalled 5 aerosol lots of Coppertone Pure and Simple and Coppertone Sport Mineral. Again, benzene. But Coppertone has a longer issue list than one recall. Multiple Coppertone product lines have historically relied on Oxybenzone and octinoxate, 2 chemicals banned in Hawaii since 2021 and currently restricted in Key West, the U.S., Virgin Islands, and parts of Mexico. The reason for the bans is documented in peer-reviewed research. The chemicals damage coral reef DNA and have been linked in human studies to endocrine disruption. EWG's annual sunscreen guide has consistently rated most Coppertone formulas in the 5 to 7 hazard range out of 10. The Coppertone Sport line lands in that zone every year. The Pure and Simple line scores better, but the brand still carries the recall history and the Oxybenzone legacy across multiple SKUs. The 30-second fix: flip every Coppertone bottle. If the active ingredients list Oxybenzone, octinoxate, octocrylene, or homosalate, put it back. These are the chemical filters with the longest list of regulatory concerns. The fact that they are still legal in US sunscreens does not mean they should be in yours. This one is darker because the brand name is the betrayal. Hawaiian Tropic markets itself as the sun-loving beach day tropical vacation sunscreen. The brand has decades of marketing around the imagery of Hawaiian beaches, coral reefs, and tropical sun. The reality is that most Hawaiian Tropic formulations use Oxybenzone and octinoxate, the exact 2 chemicals Hawaii banned in 2021 because they were killing the reefs the brand named itself after. If you actually flew to Honolulu with a bottle of Hawaiian Tropic's Silk Hydration sunscreen in your beach bag, you could legally use it on your own body, but no retailer in the state could sell it to you. The brand named after Hawaii cannot legally be sold in Hawaii's drugstores. That is not a coincidence. That is a marketing exercise. The leaf on the label says tropical. The chemistry says banned in the tropics. The 30-second fix: the word tropical, Hawaiian, reef safe, or ocean friendly on a sunscreen bottle has no FDA definition. None. Any brand can use any of those words on any bottle. The actual question is what is in the active ingredient list. If it lists Oxybenzone or octinoxate, it is illegal in Hawaii. That tells you everything. This is the most cynical entry on the list because Sunbum sells itself as the natural, reef-safe, vegan alternative. The brand for people who have already figured out the other ones are bad. Sunbum's original SPF 30 sunscreen lotion lists avobenzone, octocrylene, octosalate, and homosalate as active ingredients. All 4 are chemical UV filters. None of them are mineral. None of them are natural. The reef-safe claim refers only to the absence of oxybenzone and octinoxate, the 2 ingredients Hawaii banned. It does not mean the product is mineral. It does not mean it is non-chemical, and it does not mean it has been tested by any independent body to actually be safe for reefs. EWG rates Sunbum's chemical sunscreen lines in the 3 to 6 hazard range. The mineral-based Sunbum products score better, but they are a minority of the line. The brand identity, the bottle, the vibe, the founder story, is built on the assumption that you will not check the 30-second fix. Reef safe is a marketing phrase with no legal definition. The only way to know a sunscreen is genuinely mineral is to flip the bottle. The active ingredients must be either zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, or both. If there is any other active ingredient on the list, it is a chemical sunscreen wearing a Reef safe sticker. EWG verified, $12 to $15. Zinc oxide as the only active ingredient. Badger's a family-owned brand operating out of New Hampshire that built its entire reputation on mineral-only sun protection. The active ingredient is non-nano zinc oxide, meaning the particles are large enough that they cannot penetrate the skin barrier, eliminating the absorption concerns of nanoparticle mineral sunscreens. The ingredient list is short enough to read at the checkout. Zinc oxide, sunflower oil, beeswax, vitamin E, jojoba oil. That is the entire formula on most variants. No fragrance hiding behind one word. No oxybenzone, no octinoxate, no octocrylene, no benzene contamination history. EWG verified is not a label the brand bought from a marketing agency. It is an independent audit of the full ingredient list, manufacturing process, and supplier chain. Most natural brands cannot survive that audit. Badger built the company around it. $15. Pediatrician recommend, mineral-based, Australian formulation. Blue Lizard was developed in Australia, the country with the highest skin cancer rates in the world and the strictest sun protection standards on Earth. The sensitive line uses zinc oxide and titanium dioxide as the only active ingredients, with no fragrance and no oxybenzone. The bottle changes color in the sun. That is not a gimmick. The UV reactive cap turns pink or blue depending on UV intensity, which is a built-in reminder that the sun protection their kids need is changing throughout the day. The brand is widely recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists, specifically for sensitive skin, eczema, and babies over 6 months. That recommendation is independent of the brand's marketing. It has been earned over 25 years. EWG rates Blue Lizard sensitive in the 1 to 2 range. Lower hazard than nearly every drugstore sunscreen on the same shelf. The food azole ingredient that protects your skin without a single industrial chemical. Red raspberry seed oil has been studied in peer-reviewed cosmetic chemistry research and has shown natural SPF properties ranging from SPF 28 to SPF 50, depending on extraction method and concentration. It is cold-pressed from raspberry seeds, available in any health food store, and costs $10 to $15 for a bottle that lasts months. This is not a replacement for medical sunscreen if you are spending 6 hours on a boat in July. But it is a legitimate daily use option for the everyday sun exposure most people get during a commute, a walk, a coffee run. It is one ingredient, no fragrance, no filler, no FDA-regulated active ingredient because it is sold as a food-grade cosmetic oil, not as a sunscreen. That is the gray area. Use it for daily incidental exposure. Use real mineral sunscreen for extended sun. The point is that the multi-billion-dollar sunscreen industry is built on the assumption that you need their chemistry to be safe in the sun. You do not. People applied red raspberry seed oil, shea butter, and coconut oil for centuries before the first SPF rating was patented in 1962. The natural options still work. The industry just stopped telling you 3 checks before you buy another sunscreen. If the bottle lists zinc oxide or titanium dioxide as the only active ingredients, it is a mineral sunscreen. Anything else, oxybenzone, octinoxate, octocrylene, homosalate, avobenzone, is a chemical sunscreen. Mineral is safer. The difference takes 5 seconds to verify. Reef safe, tropical, natural, dermatologist recommended. None of those phrases have FDA definitions. They are marketing decisions printed by the same legal team being sued in federal court. The back label is the truth, the front label is the costume. It is free at ewg.org. They publish an annual sunscreen audit that ranks products by independent ingredient analysis. If your sunscreen is not in the guide, the brand has not been audited. If it is in the green range, you can trust it. If it is in the red, throw it away tonight.